This is part 2 of our 16th century cottage tour, and this is the living room. If you remember, we talked in the last tour about how the cottage was raised off of its stone plinth, then the brick plinth was removed, the oak sill was removed, and the cottage was then put back together. So it was actually put on slightly higher bricks. So the head room in here is deceptive. I can easily walk around and I'm 5'9". So as we go through, we can see this is the main beam we talked about last time. Now it has suffered over the years, but it is still the original beam. It still has some of the original marks on it that were put in when it was put in place. Now it has been chopped about, but in the sitting room it is very much here. However, it is not doing its job anymore. It is not solely holding up the second floor. It has been plated and there are other beams doing that job for it, and what they're doing is spreading the load to the outside beams, which have been replaced. To the side of the ingle nook is a cupboard. This is a very generous cupboard, but this is where the ladder would go up to the loft, the hay loft. No longer needed. We don't use a ladder. Instead, we use these stairs, and these were probably put in the 1920s, 1930s. We've got some cupboard storage under there. The dividing wall has been opened up. This does create a nice airflow, through flow, light flow. Just makes everything flow. This was always a doorway. However, it's been taken away and the beams that were framing the doorway have been left, which actually you can just see there some of the carpentry work that was put into them. As we go through, this is another new beam going through here and then into the old gable end. This is a protected gable end. So the timber frame is post and beam, and it has wooden pegs secure in it. These were all handmade. The replacements have been beautifully done. So this is what I was telling you about. So this is the original beam behind a brand new oak beam, and then we've got the huge iron hanger holding the joists. This beam again is the original, so it could be 2,000 years old, because the oak tree was probably 800 years old. It was then used as part of a ship for a couple of hundred years and then put in here. We know this because of the sea salt analysis on it. The walls are wattle and daub, so they are very irregular, and some of the panels are bulging, but that is normal with wattle and daub. So the wattles are hazel in this cottage predominantly, and then the daub is clay, mud, straw and hair. This is some original wattle and daub. We've got 3 areas in the cottage where it's been left bare. You don't notice it until you're shown it, and then you become drawn to it. You can see some of the original straw in there, and we have got some fingerprints in the upstairs one. This wall is incredible. Absolutely beautiful wall. Just the history. You can see there the stone plinth that I was talking about, and inside this is intact. And you can also see the woodworm damage, which is quite significant, but all these areas have been treated. They have got a guarantee on them. It doesn't stop you looking though for new infestations, but everything has been treated. This is where our electricity cupboard is, hidden in a corner. And then at the back of the cottage it goes out to my lean-to greenhouse. So the head height, like I said, is really good and generous in here, and it does make moving around on the first floor very comfortable. The only people that really have to duck their heads are very tall people. We talked about this door frame. If I just go back a bit, it is on the wonk. look forward to talking to you in episode 3, where we will go and have a look what's on the first floor.